Call our meeting to order. Everyone please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Pastor Brown, you want to start us off this evening with prayer?
Right. Pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you for another day. Father, we thank you for freedom as Americans. And especially want to thank you for our town. For those who contribute so much to this community, we're grateful, especially for the board members tonight. We just ask for your guidance on the meeting, that you grant each one of them wisdom if decisions need to be made, but to make decisions that's going to be in the very best interest of the town and of the townspeople. We thank you. We just devote this time, dedicate this time to you. We pray in Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Jody.
Let the record reflect that all Mr. Johnson is absent this evening. The rest of the council members are present. We have meeting minutes from the June 23rd meeting.
I make a motion that we approve those minutes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Before we proceed, just a little housekeeping thing. You can obviously, I'll see we've got a change tonight. We've got a live stream going on. So along with that, what we've tried to do the last few meetings in preparation for this is to start conducting business a little bit differently. If somebody has a question about something, please raise your hand. We'll call on you, introduce yourself for the record so that if anybody were watching the stream, they know what's happening, they know who's talking, and then proceed with your question, okay? So that's how we're going to do things, and I think that should work pretty well for us. We'll go ahead and move on to reports. Luke, do you have a utility report for us?
I do. My code enforcement or?
Well, let's do utilities first and then code enforcement
Okay.
after that. And I see Alice here. I'm assuming he's got
Yep,
some
so-
utility things as well.
Yeah, so I'm speaking on behalf of both of us here. We working in tandem here. So on the water side of things, our water plant treated 1,323,100 gallons in the month of June. Our daily average water treated was 44,103 gallons. Our biggest day was 91,700 gallons treated. And our smallest day was 24,700 gallons. That big day was the day we had our water to park. Water plant was backwashed 7 times in the month of June. Al and I had Bass and Logan out, and they serviced our aerator. They also suggested that we throttle our plant down. Due to the fact that it was running about 100 gallons over its rated capacity, this has since made a huge difference in our iron filtration. Our finished iron level has diminished by over half. Sewer, data checks were performed at the lift station and sewer plant. The lift station gets MVP for the month of June. It recorded 257 hours runtime while keeping up with the absurd amount of rain we had in the month of June. The lift station pumped 5,949,637 gallons in the month of June for a daily average of 198,321 gallons. The rain gauge at the sewer plant registered 10.15 inches of rain for the month of June. The sewer plant is closed and we are not currently discharging. So Al has reached out. He reached back out to IDEM, and our inspector's given us the okay to proceed with our plan of installing a concrete washout bunker / drying bed. It's less drying bed, more washout bunker. A true drying bed is, it's going to need several trough drains running long ways in the pad with substrate in those drains. So that'll go at the north end of the north pond This is in response to an inspection that was performed in late June due to a complaint that was called in to IDEM in regards to how we are getting rid of our slurry from sewer jobs performed while using our jetback truck. I have had Nick Harris out to give me a quote on doing this work, but have not heard back from him yet. That was Friday. So I called him before the meeting. He didn't have an answer, so I don't have a number about how much that's going to cost, but basically he'll do the pad, install the drain, and we'll run this Schedule 40, probably 6-inch Schedule 40 to the north end of the north pond. So that's all I got for utilities.
All right, go ahead and do your code enforcement.
Code enforcement, I issued 6 more code and ordinance violation notices for things like high grass or weeds. I issued a public works violation that's for a sewer that it's called a shared lateral. So basically when your neighbor or you connect to your neighbor and from our sewer main, you're going to have one attachment at the main, so it's going to Y into the homes, and it's against the ordinance to share a sewer lateral. We had a resident that ran into trouble with his sewer. The house next to them is vacant, and we found out that they are in a shared lateral with each other. I had another one for inoperable vehicle on private property. Another for general nuisance, vegetation overgrowth. Another for another general nuisance. 0 of those code and ordinance violation notices consist of fines. I've accepted but not issued physical copies to 2 more golf cart permits. I'm working with Annie on a new template for my permits, my identification cards. When we had work done on our computers recently, it kind of got wiped out. Can't find it, so I'll get those copies to the permit holder
I've got the old one.
soon.
Somebody send it to you?
Oh, I thought it got deleted, but yeah, I do.
Okay.
I would like that, and that's all I got.
Any questions for Luke?
Or Al here. He's
When it comes to the drying bed, what was the issue before? Why all of a sudden do we need that? Just because of the complaint?
yeah. So Item got a complaint that we had been dumping our sewer slurry improperly. So doesn't matter where you dump it, you can't dump it on the ground. It has to go into a drying bed. Doesn't matter if you dump it, or in my house, in my yard, it doesn't matter if you dump it at the water plant. Doesn't matter if you dump it at the sewer plant. Doesn't matter where it is. It has to be put on a pad. Now the amount of times we're going to use it is what item okay to us to not have a legitimate drying bed system.
Okay.
So I went to Tipton's sewer plant, toured their plant, saw their drying bed system. It's massive, state of the art. Went to Cicero, they have one as well. Arcadia, went there, they have one as well. Ours is going to be about a quarter of the size as theirs, and it's not going to have the true drying bed drains in it with sand and pea gravel and stuff, because we have a perfect spot for it. One, we have our ponds instead of a mechanical plant. So as little as we'll use it, we just need a pad to dump this on that will contain it, that has short walls on 3 sides of it, the rear and the sides. The lip will be open, obviously, and then it'll have a drain in the kind of offset towards the rear of it. I have this drawn on the whiteboard at the shop if you council members want to come and look anytime. But basically we can't dump it straight on the ground anymore. We have to contain it
If it's sewage.
if it's raw sewage.
Yeah.
Correct.
So most of our use to this point has been hydro excavating or a storm sewer or something like that. And so You can put that anywhere because it's just dirt and rock and whatever, but if there's sewage in it.
Any sewage at
Makes
all.
sense.
Remind me again where, once it's dried, where it goes.
So yeah, good question. So after it's dried, our liquids all decant into our pond from the truck.
Right.
Get rid of all liquids. Then I'll dump solids onto this pad, and I'll use my high pressure gun, wash the truck out, which will then introduce more liquids to our now dry solids. So those will then drain on our pad, drain to the north pond, and then once it's dried, I'll get with Al and others to determine if this is good, if it's dried enough. We'll scoop it up with our backhoe. Our pad has to be big enough and strong enough for our backhoe to be on. We'll scoop it up. I'll call Republic. They'll bring a dumpster out. It's a small dumpster. It's gonna be smaller than the width of my bucket, so I'll hit this dumpster catty corner to get
trash,
both
right?
corners. Yeah, it's
So can, in the event that there's sewer cleanout, and then we were, say, on a Tuesday, right before our dumpster was dumped anyway, can it go in our dumpster?
Well, the stuff that you and Arcade use mainly are swell from Brandon.
Sure, you actually
Yeah.
have sludge removal, right?
But,
So that's different
I
circumstance.
would probably check with, reuse waste management. And since it's got sewage in it.
Yeah.
They might require to, have some samples taken. And then they make us put a liner in the garbage roll off, what we use, and then, they'll pick it up and haul it up.
And I did call companies around to get quotes on how much it would be for us to take this, drive our jet vac out of town, dump it there, and it's we'd pay for a
Yeah.
pad in 2 years. It's thousands of dollars to dump.
Al, you mentioned a liner. Do they provide that?
Well, the size for the roll-off for the liner,
Mhm.
I think it's like an extra. It's basically just like a huge garbage bag. For the dumpster. And then they charge, I think, so much a ton.
Right.
Which would be, the drier the better, obviously, so you
Sure.
don't have as much tonnage.
Any other questions for Luke or Al?
You know,
Sure.
I came down to my house, I came to the last board meeting, I weren't here, but you said to direct your questions to the attorney, your attorney. What did you find out about the storm sewer at my house, or by the barn?
so that's the sanitary that had been overflowing. It's reported.
Yeah, I placed a bypass report on the item on that.
So our operator Al here, he put a bypass report into item, which basically means we can manually bypass or we can accidentally bypass. And what happened was the sewer, that's a sanitary sewer that had filled up and overflowed, so we accidentally bypassed. So what's going on with that sewer? I don't know. I mean, I'd say it's clogged up somewhere. It's not working properly somewhere, to answer your question. But
Are you looking into it to fix it?
I mean, I will. I'm not against it. It needs fixed, right? But been fairly busy with other things, so we'll try to get on that by the next meeting.
And then what about the sample number, or the numbers I asked you about down at my house, and you said to direct to the attorney? Or any numbers, but the first go around that Andy wasn't here? Well, I'm just an attorney, since he said he would
Right.
answer.
Usually when I get so public when people are Just asking question. Just-
I can't hear you.
He's not your attorney, he's ours.
Right.
So if you have a problem with somebody, direct them to the council.
So the council then.
I don't know, I don't have a way
I
to
just
determine
don't know.
anything.
I mean, my dad.
I don't know what was said. I don't know anything.
I
Yeah.
water. I know, I called you up about our water issues and then Josh said that it was fine, but I mean, we still have those same water issues and I know you made the comment that you would let your kids drink the water in the pool. And
Mhm. I'll definitely
I
let my,
just want to know that our water is safe to drink. And I
Super
want to know
safe.
last time that no numbers were fudged, right? I mean, everything was legit, right? Everything's tested,
There shouldn't be anything fudged.
right?
I don't
I
like
mean,
that.
nobody wrote down any
No.
false numbers the first go round.
I sure hope not.
Well, I mean,
I'm not the one that writes
you know
it down.
the answer to this because he directed me to your attorney. to
We,
answer
we
the
turn a
attorney.
report into IDEM monthly that has daily tests on there. This water is tested in 2 places daily. One at the plant, one in here at the town hall.
What
For
happened
chlorine
with the-
content and for, free chlorine and iron.
What happened? Where'd the idea of a fudge number come from?
Well, I guess we see the test. I mean, we'll get
Who performed the test?
that. I was told Luke and Brett.
As I said, who performed the test? We performed that test?
it's our daily test where we check chlorine residual and iron
But no
levels.
number, I mean, you
stuff.
guys are saying nothing was fudged, or no numbers were.
I haven't personally taken any tests.
No, and
It would be against the law for us to write
Well, I
the
know, that's
wrong
why
number down, to falsify anything. So I hope we're not in that position. I don't think that we are. We've got a licensed operator who can lose his license if that happens. So,
and when I redirect like that, so when I say that's pretty what I said to you was pretty much I'm done answering questions right now. I'm trying to work. So I'll direct you to the attorneys or the council so I can get back to doing
Well, I
my
mean,
job because they're standing there forever talking and talking and talking. So then that's how I'll break up a conversation until
to talk to
I'll
your
leave.
attorney. Okay.
To
But
talk
I
to
called
someone
for
else.
a complaint and, or I emailed and asked for the water operator, and you showed up and you told me that I can't back in the water operator.
you absolutely can call for concern. You're a
And
customer.
And I was just asking
Yeah.
Jennifer in an email, and you told me I can't back in the water operator, and I had to talk to the attorney.
I did notify the operator that you felt that your water was discolored. And he then directed me and told me what we could do to try to fix
But I
the
didn't do
discolored
that
water.
as a citizen.
So
Absolutely.
so I showed up to try to fix it and then I wasn't good enough for you, is the way I felt. And you wanted Al and I was like, I'm who you get right now. So I went and backwashed the water plant for you. I went and I cracked open some fire hydrants to flush for you, and that's what I did to try to help you.
You said I can't. I mean, I got that you were not certified. That's my fault. I thought you were
No,
certified.
you're correct. He's not.
No, not certified.
Mr. Schultz is. So he's the one that's
I
ultimately
had an
responsible.
analogy of, I can have a 14-year-old driving in the passenger seat and they can drive. They can do everything. It may not be legal, but you can still do it. That's
I
the analogy I got.
I don't know. I'm sorry if whatever issue you had wasn't addressed
Our water's
properly.
good. Our water has never been tampered with number-wise by anybody here on the board. Our water operator, okay, that's, yeah. And now I'm having all these sewer issues down there, so. You have to see what I'm. A little.
You have a reason to be concerned, and you did the right thing by calling the town hall and asking for service. I'm sorry we weren't able to address it properly. So
I did address it properly as well.
we don't know what's going on with the sewer, and her water issue persisted, she said. So, might involve some additional examination.
I just want my fixed, and she doesn't seem like he's looking at it. I don't know if it has to do with the breweries draining, any of that. I mean, there's the last.
They're separate systems, and the storm sewer down there is largely been reconstructed, and then all of our sewers are either relined or replaced, and then the manhole structures have been relined too. So, and they were all cleaned before and after and cambered and all that stuff. So I would be surprised if there's an obstruction as well. I don't know. It could just be as simple as system overloading. However, this isn't the first big rain event that we've had either. So I don't, I guess it's something we need to look into some more.
To be fair, she has her grandkids, and then her dad, as you know, is an
Sure.
elderly man who is sick. And they
No,
have
there's
kids.
nothing unfair.
So,
There's nothing unfair about anybody in this town asking a question or having a concern. So, all right. Where are we at here? Code enforcement. Jennifer, do you have anything for us tonight?
I do have a few things.
Okay.
In your packet, there are the state library plans that are released for the library.
Okay.
I've talked to Patrick. He said if we need help finding contractors at all, then give him a call. He's got some that he could recommend. In your packet also is the fire EMS contract from Jackson Township. It's for next year. It will be $11,720 more, and it will continue to rise. This year was $37,806. So that's for your review. Also, Hamilton County Drainage Board sent a letter. They will be doing some improvement on the drain at Madison and Indiana,
Okay.
which will be at no cost to the town. Mr. Emmert has applied for unemployment. If you want to dispute that, then we have until the 18th for me to let them know on that. I've been in touch with Centerpoint because they have cut the alley. They were putting a gas line into Mike Flume's, and that's still not been repaired. So I did put a claim in with Centerpoint to try and get that repaired before festival. In your packets are applications for part-time position. Also, I've been in contact with Chad Salzbrenner from Police in Vanderbrink concerning the community crossing grant. Just didn't want that to fall through the holes. He's going to keep me in contact.
When's the deadline for that?
He doesn't know yet.
Okay.
He does not know yet. He said as soon as he hears something, he will let us know. Next meeting on the 28th will be a plan commission meeting at 5:30. We will have two people that will be here. One is still Jacqueline Beeler. She wondered if you guys wanted to do a meeting before that. For her, I said, well, it's advertised for the 28th. So it's totally up to you guys, how you guys want to handle that.
Who's the other one?
Actually, it's Adam Hoffer, and is Adam here tonight? He is not. I think he was coming tonight, but he will be here, and it's concerning the Lotus Gardens, the trailer park,
Okay.
the improvements for there. And I'm starting to work on budget. We'll be having a budget workshop, so that's it for me tonight.
Any questions for Jennifer?
We have paying Mr. Emmert every 2 weeks, correct? Correct still?
You guys ended up, I paid him out.
Okay.
Because he changed his mind and he decided he wanted it with no federal tax. So he is taken care of as far as everything. Still, the 941, still waiting to hear back to make sure that it is still good, but yeah.
Craig?
Couple items or updates. John has been working with the attorneys you'd approached for the utility district about some more direct language. They've been going back and forth. I know we reached out as recently as today. We're waiting to hear back a couple items, but we're hoping to have that done soon. Then the other item is we did look into the speed limit issue. That code site we've been looking at. we confirmed only applies to roads directly under NDOT's jurisdiction. I don't think we have any of those. I think we have one county and the rest town. So the process for us would be essentially to pass the ordinance, conspicuously post the sign, and then notify NDOT that we made the change.
There's no restriction for how low you can go though?
I'd
Can
have
you-
to
That
look
was, the real question was, can we go below 25?
below. That you're
Like, can we
changing
go
it
to
to
20?
20. Potentially, I
Okay.
don't know that there's a restriction for that.
All right,
But no, the traffic engineer only applies to the state roads.
okay.
In fact, the
All
NDOT
right.
has
I'll
the traffic.
clarify in an email between now and the next meeting what we were looking for and what we've already got.
Okay.
So that we get a final answer here, but that's good. I mean, it sounds like good news, less complicated process, so. Okay. Did you have anything else?
That there is, of course, we've been corresponding about the litigation matter, but I don't want to go into too much detail about that in a public meeting. If we need to, we can set an executive session or talk with individual members.
Do we need to, is there enough there to justify a special meeting at this point, or?
I don't think so. I
Okay.
think we just need to
Okay.
do what we've already kind of talked about.
Okay. I had a question for you.
Yes.
I had asked about disposal of property, if we can advertise and accept sealed bids, because we've got an old truck that we need to get rid of, and I don't want to go through all the hassle of selling it in another manner.
Okay. Because yeah, typically you do those auctions, so you just want to take a
I know the town has done it in the past, where we've advertised something for sale and say, submit a bid by this date, and on this date, we'll open bids and highest bid gets it, right? So basically an auction,
okay.
but obviously everything's sealed, nothing's live, but there's the privacy factor there, I guess, or the security factor
Got it.
there of
We're looking to
sealed
sell a
bid.
truck. Any idea of the rough value?
sub 5,000,
Less than 5,000.
but more than 1,000.
I will look into this tomorrow and get you an email.
Yeah. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I
5 grand
guess.
or less. I mean, it would be worth a ton if it was in good shape, but it's rusty. So.
Yeah, I put the plow in there with it.
Okay.
And the headlights. I have two other things too, by the way, after he's done.
Okay.
I agree with that.
One other thing is, I was asked about. We've got this old grass truck. I have no idea what they're worth. I haven't even looked at them yet, but left over from the fire department. And we've just never listed it for sale. There's a contractor that does land clearing and dirt work and stuff like that has asked if we need any work done, if we would consider a trade. Is there any way to do that legally, or would it need to be a purchase and a bid?
And what would be the precise trade?
Well, I'm just asking conceptually right now, I guess, but like some land clearing and dozer work in exchange for a truck that we've got.
Okay. Oh, okay. This is a different truck. Or the
Different
same
truck. Different
Okay.
truck. Just curious if that's even possible.
That's something I've never considered. I will look at that too.
Okay. And obviously I haven't talked to them about it either. Nobody even knows what I'm thinking or looking at there yet, but I just want to know if it's even possible. I think that's the only questions I have for you. Does anybody else have any questions for Craig?
I do.
All right, go ahead.
So the speed limit sign, Jennifer and I were approached about a stop sign. Is that kind of the same deal? Is it any street sign?
We can add stop signs if that's what you're asking. They want to add one?
Yeah, Kaufman and
Yeah,
Broadway.
it's on the.
Oh.
agenda.
Oh, I did see that. Let's go ahead and talk about that now real quick. So as far as I recall, that's a lot more simple. You can't do
Tree is there.
stop signs to control speed. That's against the law. But as far as I know, if we
Indiana,
need traffic
Indiana,
jams,
Kaufman.
we can add a stop intersection if we want.
Yeah, I don't see why you wouldn't be able to.
Okay.
Just to control the intersection.
If I can get it in the ground, I know that there was some tree roots in the past.
There's also potentially some visibility problems there too with the trees.
Okay.
That was a concern that I had with that. But if we could,
He's cutting the trees.
You know what they were talking about?
Yeah.
Indiana and Kaufman.
Yeah, Bozell's.
Making that a 4-way instead of a 2-way.
The corner, Denny Bozell lives on the,
We've talked about that tree being there.
Yeah,
And
so
then
that would be my concern is the tree gonna obstruct the sign? And we could take out that last tree, I suppose,
He,
but
and the tree owners wanting the stop sign, so maybe we do say, hey,
If they're willing to let go of the tree and we
Right.
can get it in the ground.
how bad do you want the stop sign? Yeah.
well, everybody think about that. Drive through there, look at it, see what you think. Okay, did you have another question, like?
Yeah, so my truck, the 21, goes to the shop tomorrow to get some problems diagnosed. And I just want to let everybody know that's tomorrow. It might be costly.
What do you?
Tires, front end work.
Oh, it needs an alignment for sure.
Definitely.
I drove it, but it
Yeah.
didn't seem like it was loose.
Okay.
It just seemed to me like it needed an alignment.
that's what
Did you think?
yeah.
Yeah.
I did the other day as
so-
well. It was-
Yeah, so both of you guys have driven it with the steering, but the past few days I pulled out onto 19 from John Street today going to the water plant, and my front end started shaking really bad.
So it might have a ball joint or something.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I think we ought to get it fixed, and I keep thinking about the other truck as well. I was thinking about
Yeah.
ordering parts and taking it to somebody
Oh.
who would do a cheap deal on that. I almost think maybe we just take that down to ABC or somebody and just say, diagnose it and fix it.
Okay. That was another thing. I forgot a bunch of stuff. I called around, especially Murray's and Tipton, and they were like, absolutely not. We won't put parts on that you guys
Right.
buy. And they were like, you'll be hard pressed to find someone that will do
Yeah,
that.
I think I know of a shop that would, but I
Okay.
think it'd be a pain.
Uh,
I think it'd be better for us, and we'd have some sort of a warranty too then
okay.
on the work.
Yeah.
We did pick the dump truck up as we're talking about trucks.
Mhm.
Mid-State did get that
Yeah.
work done.
Luke said it works
It works
like
it
we
should.
want it to.
Yes.
So that's good.
I took a look down there and we checked it out before we left Mid-State, so it was satisfactory.
Okay.
What vehicle will you be using while yours is down?
That'd be a good day to do like weed eating. I could use the Kubota for that day. And then obviously I can hoof it home. I'm not too far.
Well, your old truck works, right?
Yeah.
It's just you.
Yeah.
What are you speed limited? Kind of.
Speed limit, yeah, about 30 and under, but I can walk to and from work no problem. And while I'm here, drive like the dump truck or the Kubota or whatever. I can figure that out.
Let's get the 21 fixed
Okay.
and back, and then let's take that other truck to a shop. I think we ought to get it fixed. Not a dealer, but like a good shop.
Okay.
That would be. I think that's the right way to go there. Let's just get it done. It's a month and a half later, and we're still talking about it.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else for our attorney? Any questions for Luke, since we circled back around to him? All right, Mr. Morris. I do want to thank you for responding quickly. I'm assuming you came out on the night of the 4th of July. You guys responded quickly, so thank you for that. There was a full-on fireworks show going on in our park, and they were, I mean, minutes they were up here, so thank you. Do you all have any questions for him?
Nope.
All right, Mr. Pfeiffer.
So far, I've done 3 inspections. One at John Street for the Emergency Vehicles Plus, one on the pole barn footing at 200 South Indiana, one on the foundation and plate at 340 South Walnut. Have a electrical inspection scheduled for tomorrow. I've written 2 permits, one for Bob Jeffries for a metal garage, one for Gerald Hooper on Edmondson Road for a pole barn, cattle barn. 3 applications pending for fence, patio, and porch addition. Had a couple zoning questions an address question. And Jennifer's already mentioned that Adam Hoffer's gonna be here the 28th at 5:30 for the trailer park. Here's one of the copies, two sets of plans. I don't know if you guys wanna look at them before then. Somebody already has, I think. So his intentions are to develop the undeveloped part. And I think there's no plans for the north end, but I think their intentions, he indicated that they would like to improve that also.
As far as zoning goes, Rick, have you had any inquiry at all about the property south of town? What I call the Waltz property? It recently sold. I looked that up. It's owned by Bow and Arrow Development.
Looks like they're about to move some dirt.
Well, yeah, there's some heavy equipment back there, and I was just curious if you had heard anything from anyone. Okay.
It's coming. It's listed on that
I
locate
know
software
you
he
mentioned
uses.
that, and
Yeah.
I went on the general viewer for the county, and it has sold. So,
I guess I would assume it's AG, it's agricultural. But if they would develop it, they'd have to get a
yeah,
change in zoning.
Yeah.
and I was just curious if you heard anything from them. Okay. That's all I have.
All right, I guess we'll move on to old business, utility advertisement. So you advertised for the part-time position, correct?
Yes.
Is there anything that prevents us from advertising for a full-time position?
I had a question about that. As far as the full-time utility position goes, do we want to require a licensed operator for that position? Water and sewage both?
I don't know.
Making that ad?
I don't know if that needs to be a requirement or not. It makes logical sense. I mean, nothing against
No, nothing
Mr.
against.
Schultz, but that makes the most sense to me. Yes, sir. Sorry, what's your name? I'm sorry.
I'm Lonnie Dial.
Yeah.
Why do you need to hire somebody? You got police, and you got this guy here, he's doing the water part-time. Luke's only got, what, 2-3 more years ago, he can get his water license.
Well,
Why don't you just take up this guy, pay to have Luke get his water license? He's already been here 3 years. And the last two guys that held his position came in from the street. You know, Nick Lynch started here and just off the street. He ended up running the water department, sewer, street, just like Andy did.
Maybe somebody knows.
So Andy, or Luke's just as knowledgeable as Andy is.
I think where the town is, I've observed the town operating in a lot of different ways over the years, and I think historically it was common to be in a position where you were kind of permanently understaffed a little bit, and you kind of were reactive to problems. And I think over the last 10 years, we've been proactive, we've been moving forward, we've been looking ahead, we've been maintaining our system and improving our system, and we've been, you know, we bought the library and we're going to do this project with that and things like that. And so to be able to be in that position is where I would like to stay. I'd like to stay in a position where we can be really, really good stewards of the town's resources. And I think that requires 2 full-time people, and it requires a lot of knowledge among those people, and it requires the ability to prioritize the town's needs on a daily basis, and make, you know, and where we're not in that position right now, that's largely a staffing problem. But we have a position available for a town superintendent that kind of oversees and coordinates with everybody, whether they're an operator or not, and we need somebody that can do that. Well, it doesn't matter what he thinks.
I know it's not what you-
Well, sir, I can tell, how about this? In the past month, I've probably, me personally, given over 40 hours to this town.
Given service, though.
Donated, given, donated. Like,
Just volunteer.
yeah,
Well, I see you out working.
and I'm just saying, we're still not keeping up. I know we have a lot of concerns, but that's the point. We've got a lot to manage. And so,
Right, what have you been doing? If you've been out there knowing the stuff, that's what this 20-hour-a-week guy,
that's what I'm saying. It takes more than 20 hours a week. It takes 2 full-time people, and they both have to be super knowledgeable, and one of them has to be really good at managing and overseeing the town's day-to-day operations.
So you're scrapping a 20-hour-a-week guy?
No, that's to stop the bleeding. That's to get us where we can weed eat again. That's to get it where I don't have to mow anymore. That's to get it where we're back, like, we can breathe. Because we got a lot going on, and it's not that Luke ain't working. He's working. But we've just got a lot going on. We got a lot to do.
I understand, but what I'm saying is you was doing it with 2 people 80 hours a week before. You can still do it with 3 people 80 hours a week now.
Well, I'm a bookkeeper, and so I established everything, and I'm not questioning where you're going, I understand. Salaries and wages, though, is my thing, because I'm a bookkeeper, and this is not a corporation, it's a town. But the salaries and wages are often the biggest portion of of a budget. I don't know about this budget. It's usually salaries and wages, so that's probably.
That's
just
another
my
consideration.
perception. I know that because they have to pay a salary, that they pay full-time, part-time, and I don't know how much he makes. Is that more than 2 full-time? You know what I'm saying? So that's probably where they're coming from.
It is.
It's probably just trying to keep the finances of the town.
Lonnie, you understand that Mr. Schultz, our certified operator, is a full-time employee at the town of Arcadia.
Yeah,
He's not a full-time employee here.
yeah, I understand.
So we rely on him as our certified operator to, he's certified.
So what we did before Andy came along?
The town was not in the condition that it currently is
Yeah.
before Andy came around.
The 18 months I worked for the town of Atlanta back in 2006 and 7, I was not a certified operator. But the town hired a certified operator. His name was C.J. Taylor, and I worked under C.J.'s license. Okay? I was here, I did the day-to-day, checking the water, writing down, and C.J. shadowed me because he was the licensed operator. And we got by with that for 18 months. And that was 20 years ago. Lots changed in 20 years. We didn't have the subdivision. We didn't have, the dollar store was just coming on, and we were a little smaller then. We had a vibrant youth league, baseball league that took care of all of that down there. And a lot's changed since then. So that's why, we're here to try to fill in the gap until we can regroup and move forward.
When is the part-time thing closed and you guys will?
We'll start reviewing I'm going to start looking at these tonight, I suppose.
We need to
But
move as quick as we can.
I think we need to get somebody as soon as we can. I don't even know.
I ran the ad for 2 weeks,
Okay.
so, but
They could do all the mowing in one day and move on to the next thing and be able to have part-time help right now.
I appreciate the board members to have set up on the dollar volunteer membership because that was such that. So
It was, and it's not finished yet.
No, I'm going to do it again this week, every evening this week, other than tonight when I mow my own yard. I'll mow our town stuff again. And that's fine. I don't mind. That's, it needs done. It frees Luca to do other things, and, you know, we're just trying to dig ourselves out of a hole that we put ourselves in. We put our, yeah, we've not managed the situation properly, so.
What do you mow? What do you have for mow?
We have about 20 acres that we mow here at the town of Atlanta.
No, what do you personally happen to know?
All of it, all 20 acres.
Have you seen the park lately?
What this part?
Yeah, the weeds were up here in the bench, but I seen him over there. I think
Yeah,
Fred
Luke
was over
sprayed
there the other
weeds
day.
over there,
So I just
but
asked him right on the lawnmower to go up to do I saw him driving down the county road to go mow out there, I think 2 months ago. So I know he did that one.
Fred mowed the library, weeded the library.
yes,
It takes a whole day to mow every piece of grass in this town. One
Right.
day, 8 hours.
we had gotten behind enough though that, I mean, we still need to weed eat, but like I was mowing stuff at the water plant that I was sitting on the mower and it was as tall as I was. So,
Well, that's what I was
you know.
gonna say, I can volunteer to know if I can sit on a mower and I can volunteer to mow.
I appreciate that. We'll see how I fare this week, and if we still need help next week, maybe we'll look you up. I appreciate that.
That's what I was getting
That's
at.
very kind.
That's what I
Yes,
was
sir.
getting at. That was, I mean, I can't do nothing physical, but I can sit on the mower.
Sure.
We'll be in much better shape when we get some help hired.
Yes.
We're doing much better. Some part-time help.
Okay, but anyway, background to this. So we've got this on the agenda, the utility advertisement. Does anybody have, any of the council members have a problem with advertising for a full-time position
I don't.
for town superintendent?
And this position will be certified or not certified?
I would prefer it be certified. Again, nothing against Mr. Schultz, but I think that'd be the best use of our funds. But I don't know, we can't force somebody to apply. So that's why I would say a preference for, maybe we say a preference for in the ad. Because, yeah, again, we can't force somebody to apply.
Can we advertise on the rural water? Okay.
We can. Somebody had their hand up. Is it Mr. Stamps? Okay, sorry. If no one's opposed, can we move forward with that? It's an open position.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and advertise for that. In the meantime, I would say, everybody, let's look through the applications we already have, and maybe we can do a little bit of communication on that. Can you, I think I know the answer. We can hire somebody between now and the next meeting, right? And make it retroactive at the meeting. We can't communicate all together. But if I got a feeling of the consensus of people on a particular applicant that was a standout.
So probably the best practice would be to have the council appoint you to act on their behalf to hire somebody, subject to their
Subject to
next
their
meeting.
approval.
Or could that be an executive session?
We can't make decisions in an executive session.
So you could,
Interview.
yeah, I believe you could probably, I'd have to check the statute, review applications at an executive session if you all wanted to discuss them jointly, but you'd need a normal
This is-
session to make the decision.
I will say, I look at these applications as probably being somebody that's temporary. So I don't know that, I think we find somebody that looks like they're qualified and give them a call. Is this from last year, or did he resubmit it?
No, that's from last year.
Okay.
I had not given that out to the other council members, so.
Well, in the event that we find a standout candidate in the next week or two, is there a motion to allow me to coordinate that and to hire that person pending your official approval at the next meeting between now and then? Or would somebody else like to do that? I don't care either way. I just think we need to get somebody as soon as we can.
We do. I'll move that we allow you to contact these people and then communicate with us on what findings you've found. You know, the information that you've gathered.
Would you, I guess I would need authorization to actually bring somebody on if we did land on a good candidate.
Well, I would like to know who it is.
No,
I just-
absolutely.
I just
No,
want
no.
to give full run to say you hire whoever
No,
you think
that's
is
not what
best.
I'm asking for, Fred.
Okay.
I'm asking for if we were to find somebody
Mhm.
and we were to,
Hey, I've talked to John Doe and he seems like he would be a good candidate.
yes, and then the other people find out about them and say, okay, I think I'm comfortable with that as well. I think I would need some kind of authorization to actually call him and say, hey, do you want to come work for us for a little bit?
How do we make this decision? How do you talk to everybody without it being in a public meeting?
I'll just, everybody look at the applications and I'll call you all. I mean, does that make sense? I don't know.
I guess it all depends on.
Yeah. I just, not that I don't trust you, Murray.
No, I'm not gonna go call somebody and say, hey, you want the
I just
job?
want to do this correctly.
Yeah, that's what I would, but he just said, if we were all to communicate and it seemed like there was a consensus of, hey, this looks like a good candidate and everybody's kind of saying the same thing, that somebody has to have the authority to then say, call that person and hire them.
Pending board approval.
Yes. So I don't know what that actually looks like.
Yeah, I guess it depends. Do you want them to start before the next meeting?
I think we could put somebody to work tomorrow.
So if that's what you wanted, then you'd probably want a motion authorizing you to preliminarily review everything, interview candidates, and preliminarily hire somebody pending board approval. If you don't want them to start until next meeting, then you could maybe have both. I mean, it's how much authority they want to give
It
you.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If it's not going to be till the next meeting, it doesn't matter. We'll just,
And then, but if someone's probably going to want to talk to these
Yeah, we need
individuals,
to
and
do some
interview
we need to do
Yeah.
some interviewing.
So either the council, you need to make a decision. Does the council want to interview the candidates, or do you want to nominate someone to interview the candidates and report back?
I don't see why the council couldn't be their part for an interview.
Right.
If the council does that, you'll probably want to notice it as an executive session.
Correct.
I'm good with that.
Okay.
okay. So are we leaving it, we're playing it by ear and we'll set a meeting if we need to?
We'll why don't you call and set up some interviews and we'll have an exec session. We'll interview these folks and go from there.
We're going to have to we're going to have to go through narrow down these applications.
Yep.
To say 2 or 3 and then make contact with them and, okay, we'll communicate about this.
Okay.
All right. Town garage. I do want to clarify that the bid for that there is a finished building. Inside and out. Everything done by the contractor, including the floor. No, but we don't have the only thing we got to figure out is the provisions for the floor drains, which I think we can and should do. And then an actual electrical service drop from one side of the building to the new panel that he's going to put in on the other side of the building.
Okay, what about the door on the north side of the building
What about it?
and the drive? That's grass in front of that.
Yeah. Have you looked at the whole front drive though? I mean, I personally would be okay with putting it in and only accessing it from the back until next year or the year after and do the whole front drive, because the whole front drive is looking pretty rough these days.
That would be a compromise, yes.
Yeah, I don't think we need to have a drive all the way out to the street right this minute, and I think that was
access it from the back.
Yeah, we've got the access.
Now, is this addition, I haven't looked at the print, is the opening larger? Is it
Yeah,
taller?
it's another 2 feet taller.
Okay. And it include, the bid includes, like you said, everything but the drain.
That's right.
I still,
I don't think the drain's going to be any kind of a big deal. I haven't had the chance to call. I was going to call Watson and I was going to call Daystar. Both of them do directional boring. But I mean, even if it costs us a couple $1,000, that's a couple $1,000 on a $56,000 addition to actually have it have board drain. You know what I mean? Like it's future people 50 years from now
Right.
will think it's for
right,
making
sure.
the force drain. You know.
I mean, if we're gonna proceed with making that for the, back truck, I was over there today when Luke backed it in, and it is very close. Very
And
close.
it can't go, it can only go in that bay, right? There's stuff it'll touch everywhere else. And it's like if you needed to move stuff around, you can't put it. Can it go out the back even?
I'll have to brace the, well, I can go in any door.
He's got the
but
door
we'll
stopped.
Brace the door all the way up.
Maxed all the way out, or it will hit the door. I watched him go in there today. and-
Now, if there's a storm whip on one of those doors that's higher than bay 2, then we might be in trouble because
Right.
with an empty truck, full air pressure and all the tires, it's touching. It rubs our weather stripping.
Yeah. This gets us to everything inside and room to work on something in the middle of winter. And, you know, I don't think that the argument should be whether we do it or not. We've already torn out asphalt. And Hank's just waiting on our call. It's just a matter of ironing out these couple details.
So are you gonna be able to get the back truck around to pull it in and get it
Yeah,
back out?
I don't think that'll
I
be a
mean, there's gonna
problem.
be enough room.
Yeah, I don't
to
think
get
that'll
it.
be a problem at all. I mean, might back and forth a couple times. It'll be all right. So anyway, I'll try to find out about boring, actually get some numbers for that. Ball Diamond, we've never listed that for sale. They keep asking me about, we'll rent it to them again next year. And then also, they had a major leak, and I don't know if there's been communication up here, or they want an adjustment or anything.
I have not heard anything.
He told me they'd pay it.
Well, and I told her when I emailed her the bill that if it was a toilet, that you guys would not adjust it.
Sure.
So,
So
so I
the
haven't
question
heard
would
that
be
from
is if
them.
there was an argument saying, well, you guys did the toilets, so that, which
I
that doesn't
haven't
fly
heard-
for me.
Haven't heard anything, so.
But anyway, he told me they'd pay it. But anyway, Luke found the big leak, which was a toilet, which is a new toilet I donated and put in there last year, that was stuck on. And so it was thousands of gallons a day. And he turned it off. And got it unstuck, but it seemed like something was out of adjustment. I went down there and adjusted it, and it's perfect now. But then he was doing a meter audit on it a couple days later and saw there's still a continuous, very small continuous leak of some kind, and he isolated it down to one of the other toilets, which I also, it's not a new toilet, but I rebuilt it. It's got a new fill valve inside and all that. And I haven't even had a chance to go down there and look at it to see what was wrong, but it's a small leak. But anyway, there still is a continuous leak down there of some kind. He shut it off.
Service line.
Is it still going? Because that audit went down to basically nothing on that last day, the day that
Basically
you tested
nothing
it.
and absolutely nothing are two different things. It's
I
gotta
didn't
be
bring it with me.
zilch.
Oh, I didn't bring it with me, but
It needs to be zero.
I
well,
went down
I
today
was
and
seeing
saw,
88 gallons, 88 gallons, 100 gallons, and then it was like 0.5 or something like that on the day that you audited it.
It's still,
And there's that pressure tank there too.
yeah, something. It needs to be zeros. I understand what you're saying, very little, very teeny, but it needs to be zero.
I went down there today and walked from the from the meter pit to the building, just looking for a wet spot. I didn't find anything.
Yeah, if there is a leak underground, it's not
Yeah.
a big one.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it's
And,
surface.
I did find their concession stand unlocked, so
Okay.
if you talk to them, you might share that with them.
Okay.
I was just gonna look in and I grabbed the handle, I put my key in to unlock,
All
to
right.
look in, and
So the leak, I'm gonna try to investigate a little bit more to see if it is something toilet related. But in the event that it's not, I suppose we'd need to try to figure that out somehow. But in the meantime, I think they said they're okay with paying it. But are we? I mean, we never got signs made. Are we listing this thing?
Why don't we do it on the website like we did the part-time position? It doesn't cost us anything to put it on our website
Sure.
and
start there.
because we got a wide reach on the website.
I agree.
And that
They're-
way we don't
they're
have to
wanting to-
worry about signs
So they're wanting to know about next year. Do I tell them
pending.
wait?
Pending.
Because we could do what we did with them this year. We could do a contract that would live through a sale, but I don't know if that might knock down the appeal of the property to somebody wanting to buy it. So
When did we okay the contract from last year? Or for
it
this,
was
for this year?
like in March or something like that. It was pretty early.
I'd say it's pending right now until if it does sell before that.
Sure.
Sorry.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Why are you trying to sell a golf for?
Because it costs us a ton of money to own them, and if we could sell it, sure. If we could sell it, that money could go into our park. So. All right, stop sign at Kaufman, we already talked about that. Library, obviously Jennifer said we got our state plan released, so that's good. We've got our plans. I think I think our next thing is to identify a mason. I think we need to find a mason that can put that door in on the outside there and make it look like it's supposed to be with the building.
And then the elevator manufacturer, do they also install? The
Yeah,
lift manufacturer?
yes, they install it and they'll put in the door jams. I think I'm gonna tell them though that we'll supply our own doors and that's why I was hoping Tim was here so I could talk to him, but I think we should get wood doors that look like they go with the building.
Mhm.
But we'll have them put in the door jams and install the elevator, and then we can put our own doors in.
I know Mike Flug does foundations. I don't know.
He
if
doesn't do much anymore,
Okay.
and yeah, I'm not sure if he would even be interested,
All
but
right.
that's also trying to match that brick is gonna,
Be a challenge.
I think we need to,
There's still,
Find
remember
somebody
too,
good.
there's still a tile busted on
Yeah.
the south side of that roof. I see it every day.
okay. Any other old business from the council?
Annexation, where are we at with that?
We're at that we need to have a meeting, I think.
Yeah, that's my understanding.
And we've gotten a little derailed over the last month and a half
I
here,
understand,
so
but
11:30. Okay. All right, which I'll communicate with y'all. We'll try to set something up.
Sounds good.
All right, new business. Before we get into this list, I forgot to have Jennifer put this on it. Well, actually, I didn't know about it until a couple minutes ago. I was walking over to the meeting tonight, and I got a phone call from, I think he said his name is Will Powers, and he's sponsoring an event on Wednesday, the State of the Towns out at Bex, and he found out that nobody from Arcadia or Atlanta were going to be there, and so he said, well, we're sponsoring this event. Somebody from Arcadia and Atlanta ought to be there. So Mr. Versparelli is going to be there. I cannot be there. It's at 11:30 out at Bex but I wondered if there's a council member, if you want to go, or if one of the others, or if not, if none of you, if Jennifer, you want to go. The township's gonna have a representative there. Cicero's gonna be there. Arcadia's gonna be there. Some other people that are involved in local business. It's the Chamber of Commerce is involved in this. But it's at 11:30 on Wednesday.
Yeah. I can go.
Okay. I'll let them know that you're planning on going.
Willpower, you
Yes.
see that's his name?
Okay, applications, we talked about that. Park mulch. We need it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the problem is it's kind of mushy out there. The last time we did it, I think Andy and Luke scraped a bunch of the old mulch out before adding mulch, but that's been, you probably
was
still
over
started,
there,
right?
2 years ago.
I
Good
was over there
Friday.
Saturday morning and worked, and, originally I thought we might be able to stir that up, but there's vegetation barrier just about an inch down.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna be able to do that. So I think spraying the entire playground
Pull or cut the tall stuff.
and cut it,
and
and then just go on top of it. And
There's,
once we spray, we need to close that playground down for 24 hours at least, 24 to 48 hours.
You already spray?
I sprayed what I could reach, but
Okay.
I want to pull the tractor in there and really spray it. That'll sterilize it. That'll make it for years to
Right.
another year. It won't be able to grow in there. But there was a big section of that park that we cut the weed barrier out of, and it was the west side of it where we dug it out with a skid steer. We're gonna put this new mulch in, and in 6 months, it's gonna be just like this.
Yeah.
But
That's why we're slowly working towards a park project. But there's nothing we can do about it. It can't
Right.
stay like it is.
I know. It's just a bummer to put mulch down in.
It is.
Put new barrier, can you put new barrier down before we put the new mulch?
That's gonna do us.
It's not gonna stop. The problem is that it turns to mush, and it all just presses down, disintegrates, turns to mud.
It'll
Mush.
be good for a year though, year and a half.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
What are you spraying on the playground?
Are you doing just glyphosate or are you doing, that's it?
Is that safe for kids? I know at the ball field, we can only use certain things and then we have to notify.
So
people.
glyphosate Roundup, it's the most common weed killer. I mean, it's used everywhere.
Is there something that stayed up there, like parents know, hey, we sprayed this?
Well, that's why he
That's
suggested
why we
actually
need
roping
to
it off
close it
for a
down
day.
for 48 hours.
So the main thing is to let it dry. Once it's dried, there's not much of a chance of release, but
Right, yeah, we wouldn't want to go there and spray and then have kids come over and play while it's,
That did, we closed that the last, because somebody sprayed it, right? And I noticed that the weeds are finally dying up there, but.
yeah, I think that was an oversight, but we'll, when we do the full spray, we'll make sure we block it off.
Okay.
So,
If there's
yes, ma'am.
If there's a question on the toxicity of the spray that you're gonna spray, there is a natural spray that we can use with vinegar salt.
Hmm.
And it's dead, the weeds are dead within an hour or two. We use that in our yard. And it's a natural product that just reabsorbs in, and you're out, you're done.
I guess,
And salt is 29 cents a container and some vinegar and
I'd be okay with looking at that. I don't know. I've never tried it.
we should have, Luke, I would think we have some of those pumps.
We've got those, and we got a big sprayer too that's on a tractor. So
And then that way we don't have to close it down per se, or we could still say it.
I'd be interested in experimenting with that.
But it's
because
still safe should anyone.
whenever I hear about,
You wouldn't have to close it down, there's nothing in that.
yeah, well, we've already got the stuff that we're going to use, but I think long term that might be a good thing to experiment with because some of these weeds are getting to be resistant to Roundup too. So if there's something else that'll kill them and it's better for everybody, that might be a good idea to look at. Shelter house countertops, again, I was hoping Mr. Johnson would be. Huh?
What is it, salt?
Send it, give it to Jennifer.
Put it on the Facebook page.
I don't have.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes, yeah, if you could give it to, thank you, I'd like to try that. So the shelter house, Home Depot, we went through them for the countertops and the cabinets, right? When they came and installed the countertops, there's one area that's the countertop, they didn't support it very well and mount it very well from underneath, and then another area where they actually broke part of a cabinet putting the countertops in. And Andy has spent literally up until he was relieved of his duties trying to get somebody from Home Depot to come up and look at it to get that issue resolved. And he told me he's actually physically been to the store 10 different times trying to get a store manager to come talk, made several phone calls, and people say they'll call him back and then never do. But in any case, I would like to see if we can get, I was hoping Mr. Johnson would be here since he has the cabinet expertise, but it can be any of y'all. I want somebody other than me to make sure that we get this issue fixed. And so if we want to, I can ask Tim, I guess, or anybody else here would
So
like
it's a
to
cabinet,
volunteer
it's a
to.
cabinet issue or a countertop issue?
Both. The installation of the countertop, they've got an area that they need to fix, and then they messed up one of the cabinets as well, which is repairable. It's not like the whole cabinet has to be replaced, but it's something they need to fix.
There was talk about them coming and fixing it or compensating us.
I'm sure
To
the
get
bills
further
are paid and
Oh, yeah.
Was there some compensation? Did we accept that compensation?
No, we
ever?
No, and well, what Andy told me was the last time the store manager said, I'm sorry that there's been all these problems. I'll call you back within a day.
Mm-hmm.
And then never got another communication about it. So, so anyway, that's probably about where we're at. But anyway, we're coming up to, if not already at, about a year. So I think we're really going to have to start beating their door down, it sounds like. But if nobody here is interested in trying to tackle that, I'll talk to Tim about that and see.
I'll try to give him a call tomorrow just to see
Okay.
if, you have any luck at all.
Okay. All right. Any other new business from the council tonight?
I wanted to bring up a couple things.
Okay.
You brought up about, in an email between us, about Mr. Ember on town properties.
What do you want to know?
I don't know in what world, because whenever an employee is terminated, they're limited access to grounds and stuff like that. And this has been a continuous thing since he's been terminated.
For what purpose?
I don't believe he should be on any
Mr.
grounds.
Emmer had personal property on town property that we discussed the day that you all terminated him.
Mhm.
And I said, he has all this property. I would be willing to help him get it.
Okay.
That's what I've been doing. He's not been on town property for any other purpose except to dump some brush, which I was also present for, which we have let. Fred's done it. You've done it. You've probably gotten rid of some brush there. I know I've gotten rid of brush there. Like, we let citizens of this town dump brush, clean brush on our town burn pile from time to time in coordination with somebody from the town. So there's not been any novel access to town property, no access when any town representative wasn't there, and it was only for those purposes, to get his own personal property or to those couple loads of brush.
And so does he need access to anything else?
Like
Or
what?
He doesn't need to be on town property other than publicly accessible.
What are you, when has he been on town property?
Like collecting all his belongings. Does he have everything?
He has some drywall mud at the town garage, and he has that safe right there.
Does he have everything that belongs to the town?
Nope.
I mean, when we're still missing our Oxley settling, that it's been filled on town, but it's been filled with town money.
This is the first I'm hearing about it. The town has an oxyacetylene setup. I wasn't aware Mr. Emmert had or had taken it or used it. But if that's something, everything needs to be right. He needs to have his stuff, we need to have ours. So I guess we just need to know what's what. But
Does it have everything of it out of town property now? Everything?
no.
Or are you gonna keep, every few days, keep going back and getting stuff? Wait, set a time, say, at the end of the week, you gotta have all your.
This depends on me too.
Or,
This depends on me too. It's my time as well. So
so that's why you ought to limit his time, say, my time is valuable, at the end of the week, we need to get all your stuff out. So there's no more here and there coming and giving him stuff, or taking stuff out. That's right, right.
What he's.
what's right is that he'd be able to get his stuff, and I told
In
him
a timely manner, how long you been let go?
it was the very end of May, and he had stuff at every single town property.
You
And-
got big property down there, you got plenty of trailers, truck, all you gotta do is
Yes,
load
and
it
it
up.
depends on me to be there to help him load this stuff, and I have been every single time. That's me, my time.
So no other town board member can.
I would welcome help. Does anybody want to help Andy get the rest of his stuff? Please do.
What's this freaking stuff being stored in public property anyway?
Because you get busy and you're working on stuff and winter's coming and you got something on your truck and somebody calls you to do something for the town and you say, well, I'm just going to put this in here really quick while I'm on my way to do this other thing. I mean, it just happens. Ask Mr. Pfeiffer what it looked like when he was done working down there. He had all kinds of stuff to get. It just happens when you work somewhere for a long time. Stuff gets shoved in corners
Why
or
is this
pile of
personal stuff
firewood.
being stored to begin with? It's like-
Pile of firewood. You know, I mean, it just happens. It happens. It didn't, and it creeped over time. I wasn't aware of the full extent of it until we actually got to moving it. But it happens. I mean, you work somewhere, you might shove something in the corner every now and again. If you work somewhere long enough, there might be quite a few corners that have things in them. I mean, guys have done that at my work before. They've shoved a set of wheels in the corner when they switched out the wife's truck for the winter. You know, it happens. It's not unique to us.
So now, my suggestion is, why can't there be a time, say, at the end of the month? end of the
Because
week?
I told him I'm not in a hurry. I don't care. And some of it he's had to borrow trailers for, like the firewood to get. That required him borrowing a dump trailer. And so we did all that last week. But the point is that it takes time and it requires me being there too, so that he's not there by himself. And I mean, there's nothing shady or nefarious going on here. I would welcome help from any other council member or any other representative of the town. I don't care. There's nothing weird going on here. It's just he had a lot of stuff, and I volunteered to help with it. Nobody was concerned with timeline at the time, and I said we'd take care of it, and we have been.
Bring up a time.
That I have to abide by now.
What have we got left?
There's some drywall mud, and that's safe. As far as I can recall right now, that's it. So, I mean, I intend to have it done by the end of this week anyway, but I don't want to make any promises on anything.
That's fair. Today's Monday, I would think by Friday. Be gathered up.
See a problem with that?
Huh?
I don't see a problem with that. It's just so
But
simple.
in any case, back around to the original point, that's the only purposes he's ever been on town property.
Should we be concerned that he's trying to contaminate something? Is that what you're getting at? I mean,
No, it's just when an employee of any sense is let go, I can understand publicly accessible areas. Where I work, if somebody's let go, it's they're only allowed in publicly accessible. They're not in anywhere else they can get in. It's no different than anywhere else.
Well, he's not been anywhere by himself, and he's only been there for the purpose of getting his own stuff. So,
I heard he was part of the
Yeah, getting his stuff.
Oh, I'm just telling you.
Sure. I know, I was there. I helped him load it, and we raked and cleaned the ground where it was before afterwards. Like, this is,
That's all.
believe it or not, he's not trying to leave anything in bad shape either. So,
But I'd say, yeah, if that's all that's left in the week, that would be fine. You make a motion for that, or what?
if you want a hard date of some kind, you better make that motion. 'Cause I don't have any concerns with how things have been going, and me helping with other things around the town in addition to working a job, I would like to personally have some flexibility there. But if you want a hard date, we can make a hard date happen.
Do that at the end of the month.
We can make that happen.
What's your thoughts, Fred?
It's fine.
End of the week, end of the week or end of the month?
I can see end of the month.
Makes it more flexible for you. to
Yeah. We'll give Murray some.
July 31st.
Well, that's been fair, that's 2 months. Anybody else, you get kicked out of your place, you get 1 month. Oh, I know, but that's why.
All right. What was your other concern?
About the locks on our sewer plant.
Yeah.
I don't, it should be our locks on there, nobody else's. That should be, it
Tipton
is,
County has had a lock on there forever for the purpose of accessing the creek, which is county regulated drain. They can't do anything that's detrimental to IDEM or
but
detrimental to
still,
the town.
it's our utility. And if they need to get in there, they can notify the town and we can have somebody go out there. I'll go out there if I need to, let somebody in there, but
What's gonna happen? What's somebody from Tipton County gonna do to our place?
anything. I don't want there to be an accident or anything like that out there. It needs to be our locks that are out there. I don't understand why our town utility is not secured by just us. Nobody else should be able to access anything.
Practical realities of pulling somebody away from whatever else they're doing, or getting them up in the middle of the night, or whatever,
They
to
can
access the
contact
creek.
and set up, schedule an appointment.
Schedule an appointment if there's a major flood and there's a huge log jam that needs to be cleared.
Then we'll deal with it.
There's a lock on, that little lock
Mm-hmm.
that's always been on there. Whose lock is that?
That's Tipton County's.
Not the power company.
As far as I know, it's Tipton County's, because when I met with Scott Gashow, he recognized that lock and said, I think I've got a key for that. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna need access. And I said, well, you got a lock with you? And he said, yeah. And so we put his lock on there. He has the contract with Tipton County to do that work.
I thought that could have been the power company's lock. I'm just asking. And, I will go let people in when they need let in too. Just offering that too. But I was just wondering about the lock. It's been on there for a long time. That little padlock that's like to the left.
Yeah, Andy said it's Tipton County's, and Scott recognized it. He thought it was Tipton lock as well, but he didn't have that set of keys with him.
So who you calling again? We need to get in there.
What do you mean? I've got- No, I've got a key.
It's our sewer. It's our sewer.
Yeah.
There's 3 locks on it now.
I didn't know if that didn't make any sense.
Is that on a door of its own?
The gate on the driveway has a chain around it, and the chain would typically have our padlock on it. Well, Tipton County added a padlock, and we lock through theirs now, so both of us can access at any time if we needed to, right? Which we go out there every day. They go out there in emergency situations for the creek.
So it's set up in a way that.
Yes, yes, and now we've got a third lock on there for the contractor that they've hired to do that work. And most of the work that he thought he was gonna have to do, he doesn't, because a lot of it's washed downstream. But there's a log right now stuck on our weir that has our creek flow deal on it. And I mean, he's to the point, I talked to him before the meeting, he's so frustrated with the phone calls that have been made questioning him that went above him and then had to work their way back down the chain to him, that he's like, I don't even want to get your log off the weir. You guys can deal with it.
We can.
I have concerns about them accessing without our knowledge. I mean, we don't know when they're out there or what's, that's what I have concerns about. I think we need to know when other people are out there.
Or what to do.
Well, one thing that comes to mind for me is who has access to the key to that lock that they have. That somebody can get in. Do they have that key secured? So the only people that they've authorized to come in and do anything can access that key to get into that lock, get into the plant. That'd be my first question. Who has access to the key for that?
Even if you get in there, it's 2 ponds and a locked building.
I mean, if somebody really wants to get in there and like just climb the fence or.
That'd be illegal, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what you're saying, you know, you guys don't.
But the point is, they don't have any access to our building. They can't turn anything on or off. I mean, I guess there's a meter wrench out there or a valve wrench out there, but like,
Well, and they-
to what end? It's a big field with 2 ponds in it. Drive around both of them, in a building that's separately secured that has all our chemicals and controls in it. I mean,
And is he only clearing that log
that's
and clearing the weir?
that's what he said. But he said if there's going to be access concerns, that he might not even worry about it.
Well,
So
so he'll take his lock back off after the work's done, or what?
I guess that would be the thing. I mean, he's got a contract, so stuff can wash down the creek at any time.
Contract with who?
Shall we do?
The
Okay.
Tipton County,
To-
Tipton County for the creek that we dump into, that runs right through our sewer plant.
But he doesn't have a contract with us,
It's not our creek.
but it's our sewer plant.
But how does he access the creek? If the creek has a problem in it that's causing us a problem, we would want it to be fixed as quickly as possible, right?
Well, I think communication is the key.
Is he not is Scott not a trustworthy person? I mean, is that the concern that we think he'll do something for?
I don't know.
No, it's just if somebody's doing work, we need to know about it, not just go out there and stuff and go out there and do stuff. I don't understand why there's such an issue when it comes to if somebody's doing work for us, we need to know that they're out there and doing work, not just going out there whenever they want and then we're not being informed of it.
Yeah, you don't let anybody run around the shelter house anytime.
No?
I mean, stuff is not.
Fair enough, I'm confused with the whole.
No, you're fine.
Like,
I
I
mean,
feel like it's an issue with Scott.
No.
So what are we doing here?
It just seems-
Are we telling them to get their locks off? Are we telling them to notify us if they're going there, or what are we doing?
I think the minimum, they should let us know when they're going out there.
And who wants to get notified?
They can notify the town. They can notify the town hall. That's the day ahead or whatever, and it's just giving us a heads up.
I don't know about a day ahead on something like that. People schedule their days that they're available to do repairs, so they'll go out and do checks after a big rain event or whatever. I mean,
We've done it in the past to where they say, hey, can you let me in, and we'll drive to these contractors wherever they're at that they need into, and we'll unlock it for them and do that. We've never given someone
except
A
that
lock
that
to
thing's
the-
had a lock on it for, I don't know, 10 years.
that hasn't been. I don't think it's been used for years.
No, that they
Years.
come out and do stuff to that creek.
They can email us, just let us know that they've out there, going out there, been out there.
That's why I would think it's town-owned property. I mean, you don't let anybody run around the shelter house over there without, they gotta call and pay the $75 before they're allowed in there, right?
Mhm.
So, what's the difference? Well, okay.
It's quite a bit
Okay,
different.
what-
They're using our property to access their property.
Okay, when I was a little kid, we used to ride our bikes out there, that pond. What are you gonna do if a couple of 5-year-olds ride their bikes out to that pond and fall in?
Who has access to do that? We're not even talking about that. We're talking about Tipton County or their contractor needing to get to the creek, and they have to drive through our property to get to
We're
their
talking
property,
about
which is the
lock
creek.
on the gate, right?
Yeah, know what 5-year-old kid has a key to the lock? We're not even talking about that. If somebody wants to go out there, they can hop the fence and they can fall in the pond.
Yeah, and
That'd
then
be a
the
problem.
town would be covered that way. But if, I guarantee if they run out there and they walk through the gate and these little kids fall in the pond, is the town gonna be covered through the insurance companies? I would probably say not.
Are we restricting access? Are we saying notify us before you go?
I'd be happy to be notified.
I think we should, I believe we should restrict it.
Did you ever have access to another police department when you were on? I've got keys to Fisher's Fire Department.
No?
I mean, we've got them hanging in our stations like it's common across government to share some access sometimes.
But the thing is, he's not contracted with us. Fred, any thoughts?
I just don't understand what the big deal is. I guess I could see your concern,
Does-
but this is different than like.
Does the
us
town of
picture
Arcadia share any
their-
locks with anybody?
I know where their key is to their lock, or at least where it used to be.
That we really shared a lot, I think, at the water plant was when we had a contractor coming in to review it. And then there is one person, or one company that has antennas on top of it. And then they've got their own.
So you double lock like we're talking about.
Yeah, we double locked for that contractor, but then, the other one for the tower antennas that have got.
Al, you're currently our certified operator. How do you feel about this? What's your thoughts?
I would say probably at least get notified on it.
Okay. At a minimum, be notified.
Are you saying to notify to get permission or just to notify to allow us knowing if they came on the property?
Sounds like notified to come on the property.
Notify before they go to get permission to come on the property?
That's what it sounds like.
I mean, if there's like, like Murray said, if there's an emergency, then you come out here and do something. Sorry, I can't get a hold of anybody here to give me permission to do this.
If there's an emergency at the sewer plant, I'll already be up. I'll be awake. I'll be out there already. I'll be telling them that I need them to come out. We have one lock on town hall. We have one lock on the water plant. We have one lock everywhere.
But none of these places require somebody to cross our property to get to theirs, except for that.
Very rarely will they ever need access to the creek from our property. And I know I don't have a say in this whatsoever. I'm just trying to bring some points to light. We have one lock on every single property that we own.
That are all a different circumstance than that.
And in the event that they do need access to our sewer plant, very rarely, I've worked here 3 years and they've never accessed it since I started.
I think it's possible you don't know everything that happened day to day either.
I'm positive they haven't accessed it.
You don't think you're out mowing and they might have
positive that they've not accessed
known they went out there? In any case, what are we doing? Does somebody want to make a motion to change something, do something? Can I just let people know, hey, give us a heads up when you're coming? Or do we need to change something? Does something need to officially go on the record here? Or are we happy?
I'd like to be notified that they're going out there or that and I don't think they need permission. I mean, that would be great, but I think at the minimum, we need to know when they're going out there to work.
I'll make a motion that we are notified anytime they're present on our property. They can call the town hall. And if it's after hours, they can leave a message. So we'll have a record that they were here on this time and this date. Just leave the time and date if they've accessed our plant.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Mr. Steens.
I was just gonna suggest that maybe when they call and let them know, they at least let them know the scope of what they're doing and the duration they're gonna be there. A day, 2 days.
Mhm.
I mean,
Is there a security camera out there by that?
Nope.
Not yet.
Not at this
That'd be
time.
a verification of anybody. That's gonna-
Exactly, Greg.
Hmm.
And we've discussed that, probably ought to do that.
What about people camping there?
No, absolutely not.
I've camped at the sewer plant. I won't camp out there anymore. I have permission to do that. But,
You have to have permission for.
no, I work here. I knew I was out there. The licensed operator knew I was out there. That's how we did it. So I won't camp out there anymore if that bothers you.
We just wanna, we're worried about people being out there and.
People that aren't employees of the town, yeah, we always have been. We've never done it this way.
All right, I've got one thing in new business, which is I'm waiting on numbers from Nick Harris, but I've talked to another concrete contractor. I would like to, well, this part's old business. I don't know when Nick's bid's gonna be, because I haven't actually seen it. But for that driveway apron, the whole width of the building, 6 feet out, 6 inches thick, with rebar and fiber and all that stuff. That's a bid that I got. That might be more than Nick's, I'm not sure. But anyway, I want to get approval to go with the lowest, whichever's lower of the two, and go ahead and get that going.
Was this the first bid you've had, Mary? Or you?
He got one from Nick.
Was it 1,800 from Nick?
It's 2,500 from
25?
So this is a little bit more,
Yeah, I've got one from Scott Morgan.
which he's the man I've known for most of my life. He's very, very good at what he
I had a
does.
$5,000 of 4,900. This is the two other ones.
Well, I know Nick's done a lot of work for the town.
Yeah.
And, I would make a motion that we go with the low bid of $2,500 for the apron at the new building.
Second. Oh, we got two.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Next, just so you all can see him, this is what I'm working on. I've got Nick working on it as well. Scott gave me a per square foot price if he was to come and say do a block of sidewalk, right? Per square foot price. We supply the stone. He does all the tear out. We'd bring a dump truck down there and he'd load our dump truck. We'll get rid of it, right? But we'll supply the stone and have it dumped down there wherever the work was going to happen. He'll spread it, form it, all that stuff. And what this wouldn't include, which I think we need to have done if we're going to replace sidewalks, is I'd like to have a surveyor come out and point mark so we can put that sidewalk right on the edge of town property like it's always been. And that's a good marker. That's a good reference for any homeowners in the area too. At least you know where your front corners are.
Makes sense.
But in any case, so he gave us per square foot price, and then each of the intersections are required by ADA to have that rumble strip deal. And so he's got that per each one of those two. So we can get an idea of what doing a block of sidewalk will cost, just measuring out. So we need to identify some areas. I also had him work on it. I marked the 3 biggest trip hazards on our sidewalks over here.
I wondered what that was.
And I had Nick look at those as well. And so that's that. And I've got copies for everybody here. But anyway, I just want to give these to y'all so you could be thinking about it and looking at them. So that's $12 a foot and then $300 per intersection, those rumble strip things. This is to replace, I think he left one of them off of here actually. So figure adding another 1,200 of them. Okay. But there's a big one right here around this tree by the gazebo. One down from the post office, and then one across the street from there where there used to be a tree. There's major trip hazards that I'd like to go ahead and get taken care of.
Was out in front of Stamps.
So those areas, I thought it best to target the
More of the festival areas.
our Main Street areas first. But I'm waiting on Tim because Tim took that book. Does he still have that?
Still there.
He took the book and he was going to try to identify some segments
Problem areas.
so we could pick a block or two and go ahead and get those scheduled, right? So I haven't heard back from him yet. But I guess yours very well could be one of the worst ones. I don't know. He's just,
I've surveyed several areas and I'd say mine's in the top.
yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway,
At the top.
Well, yours is really nice where you redid it, but yeah, but that has to say that on that list because that's my parents' segment there, and I'm not gonna be the one that just arbitrarily decides that. That's got to be listed as the worst one if it is. You know what I'm saying? Like. In any case, so everybody knows we're working towards improving our sidewalks finally. We'll get some sidewalks in this year. We're gonna. Okay, I promise. Any other new business from the council?
As we're talking about concrete, we're talking about that heaved piece there. How difficult would it be to put a drain in on that section of Main Street?
If I don't know.
Put a drain. Would that be something?
Are you talking just down a little bit?
Yeah, right here, just in front of the gazebo.
So
between
one
the
thing
road.
I considered there was, could we cut a groove in the corner of the sidewalk down to this drain on the
Yeah.
corner? I don't know if maybe we could get some stuff to drain that way.
Mhm.
But otherwise, that's gonna be that'd be a major
Right.
street cut.
Exactly.
All that stuff. I would be in favor of draining that area,
Yeah.
but
I know it's always an issue at Earth
I
Festival
know
time
me and
with rain and
Mr. Worrell went down there with a pump last year to
pump that out.
get
I
things
noticed
better.
that, concrete had been marked, and I'm glad to see that. That's been a need for a long
Well, I
time.
just thought, I've been staring at these things forever, and one of these days, somebody's really, really
Yeah.
gonna get hurt if they haven't already.
Yeah.
Can we at least make these a little bit better?
Is he wanting to do these all in one swath and this 2,900 here? Is that,
Yeah, and I think, like I said, I think he left one of them off of here. There was actually 3 areas we looked at, so I would add on another 1,500, we'll say, to this number. So to
basically
repair those 3
45,
areas.
under $5,000?
Yeah.
We could do that?
Yeah. But anyway, and Nick's looking at them too.
Okay.
He's gonna give us a price, so.
Okay.
Anyway, keep that in mind. Hopefully we've got stuff together. We can pull the trigger on something at the next meeting.
Yes.
So, anything else from the council? Any questions or comments from anybody? Mrs. Teal? Oh, yeah.
Yes.
They did.
Thank you, Neil.
Well, thank you to my mom and my sister and my cousins and,
Yeah,
or
they look wonderful.
nieces and nephews, I should say.
It does.
They put a lot of work in planning them. Yeah, I think they turned out nice. So, yeah, thanks. Mrs. Pfeiffer, we're good.
The live stream, where do you go about to do the game? Okay.
Everybody will probably have it on post.
Great, great. Super. Yes, ma'am.
I have a question.
Yes.
Name.
As someone who walks my neighborhood most mornings, the subdivision,
Okay.
you have the new gas station. And their landscaping is not together. Is that something our town council can address?
2 days.
I'll read it.
Okay. Yeah, I think, is that something that's a building thing, in that they're required to do certain landscaping or something?
Landscaping
ordinances or
Okay. I think there was probably some weather concerns, obviously.
We've all voted on it.
I agree with you.
It is
But if
unlikely.
if they're planting things, but yes, I agree with you, ma'am. I went out there last week and saw that as well.
I talked to them 2 days ago, the manager there, and I thought I'd seen somebody out there. Was nobody's been there still? Still nobody's been there? Huh? Okay, because when I talked to him, he's not real knowledgeable on landscaping and stuff, but he was worried about when you plant seed, there's like a screen, the plastic mesh, and the grass was pushing it up. So for them to mow was gonna get caught in the mowers. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
well, they just gotta pull that stuff out.
Yeah, they have to rip it all out.
Designed.
Yeah.
So, but they do know. I did talk to them 2 days ago about is mowing the issue that you're talking about.
Your grass is getting a little tall.
Or are you talking about just tall grass, or are you talking about landscaping in general, like planting bushes and things, trees?
It's not approved, it's not.
Okay, okay, it's not
They
moved.
have landscape.
Okay.
It's a dive, that's theirs. There's construction debris, there is some rebar wire in the middle, and
Okay.
they're not going every recycling through. With them
Okay.
coming in.
All right, so
they're
that is,
driving on the street, I have some things that,
Sure.
they're driving on the street fast, we're using it. There are others in our town who don't live there, so we're having to live with it. So I just
Sure.
wanted to address it before it became a major to-do.
yes, ma'am.
Because I don't understand why they can't groom and landscape their land. We don't have to.
Okay. So, but you've talked to them about doing that?
I didn't write anything in paper, but I can
Okay.
do that, and
Yeah.
that'll keep record, and if they don't do it, then I can say, I wrote this.
Yeah.
You need to have it done by
But
now.
that is something that we can and we
Yes,
can
ma'am.
address.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks. Do you have something else?
Did you ever find anything else about the driver who broke in there?
No, did not. No, we didn't investigate it at all. Obviously, I had the Arcadia Police look at it, and it was so minor that, they haven't pursued it. It is. They have not been back in.
My guess is stupid kids.
I
And,
mean, you can
Well,
tell.
It is.
I mean.
oh, it's very frustrating. I agree with you 100%.
They would get the short end of the stick around here, to be anyway.
Mhm.
I mean, I
Yeah.
think parents should be responsible for
Yeah.
it too. you
Oh,
know?
trust me, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, how did they get in the building?
They came through one of the back doors.
They break the back door?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They pried it open. It was an old wooden door.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm just questions today.
No, that's why we're here.
You're fine.
In the mail today, I'm taking this local choices community reorganization meeting down at the county southeast. I may have missed some information somewhere. What's going on?
There's a movement currently to try to combine. The original idea was to combine Cicero, Arcadia, Atlanta, and Jackson Township into one government, and we didn't like that idea very well, and neither did Arcadia. Because it doesn't matter if I was sitting across the table from people from Jackson Township and Cicero, and I kept saying it doesn't matter what you tell me right now. What about the next guy? Eventually, this is going to be, what does somebody who lives in Cicero care about something in our park in Atlanta, And so it didn't seem like it made a bunch of sense. But there's still people talking about doing it. Cicero and Jackson, I believe, are still talking about maybe doing it. But as far as I'm aware, Atlanta and Arcadia, we don't have any interest. So
What's the motivation?
to try to block Westfield from annexing north is part of the reason, and the other part of the reason would be to have more control over the type of developments that happen. But there's still planning commissions and boards of zoning appeals and things like that. So there's recourse available to the people that live in the area without a reorganization. But there's still a movement to do it. So
So will we be showing up at the meeting, July 21st on Monday?
I-
Just to hear what's.
I won't be there, but I won't discourage anybody from going. I think it's probably a good idea to be informed, because basically what they're talking about doing is eliminating Jackson Township. And so there's people in this town that do rely on Jackson Township services. So it probably is a potential concern for some people.
I don't want them telling us what we can do.
Mary, correct me if I'm wrong, that's going through the State House, correct? They're trying to get rid of townships.
Well, so two things are happening. So there's simultaneous to this, there's a movement at the state level to eliminate township government altogether, or to combine townships together. But the main idea would be to push those responsibilities off to county. I don't know what's going to happen there. I've not been the happiest with our county in several instances. But I still don't view that potential change as justifying giving up our town. So that's my personal opinion of it. Yes, sir.
Whatever's on this utility district, you guys are talking about us building our own, would that give us leverage to not be forced into doing that?
what that would do though is it would prevent them from bringing their utilities out and surrounding our town and going around us. So that would allow, the idea with us doing a utility district would be to preserve our ability to grow our amount of customers over time, which then reduces everybody's cost. Yeah, our attorneys are working on it with the law firm that we were talking about going, having work on that for us. So they're still working on a contract. So, yeah, it doesn't, unfortunately, it wouldn't have anything to do with the government, but it would protect the town from a water company and a sewer company standpoint. So, yeah.
Are there any pros to us? I don't want to, 'cause
I think, I'm sure people could find some good in it somewhere. I just don't know that it would work out very well long term. I do as well, sir. And I spent a lot of time discussing it from every different angle with these people, and they said, well, we can write it up however you want, because this is kind of a new thing. And I said, okay, well, can you show me some kind of a basic framework of what this would look like? Well, no, we got to, move in that direction first. Yeah, and it didn't really get us anywhere positive. But
Another thing to go off what Murray's talking about, the other figure is like you can have people come up and tell you like nothing's going to change this and that, but that's what that person is for right now. If one of us is to not get reelected or anything like that, now you have a different viewpoint that's coming in.
Yeah.
And so that's another figure.
That's the whole thing. Everybody's sitting at that table. I believed all of them.
Yeah.
They all had the best of intentions. They all wanted to work together really well. But we're not all going to be here together forever. This is my last time on the council. I'm not running again. It'll be somebody else, and maybe they think differently than I did, and they don't get along with that person, or they've got a strong difference of opinion of where some resource goes, and it turns into a fight. And guess what? We're going to lose because we're going to have fewer representatives because we're smaller, and we should have fewer representatives. But the point is, we would lose. So, yeah.
Nori, can we circle back to the water plant?
Sure.
The building there. Luke had given you guys quotes for gutters at the last
yeah.
meeting. So I didn't know if you guys wanted to check those out real quick. There
What do we
was
got?
from Howard Construction, it was $1,208. Perky's was $1,420.
So the Perky one, I will say, he has downspouts on each corner. And to me, that's worth another $200.
The other one does not.
Right. So when I read the Howard one, he just said a downspout for each gutter or something like that. I think.
Yeah. Yes.
And Perky's done work for us before. He's always treated us really well. But that's my only thought on it. I mean, it's a simple job. Anybody can do it, but I do think that it makes sense to have additional downspouts.
Mm-hmm. We have a motion.
Yeah, I'll move that we accept that quote, that bid for the guttering.
I'll second.
From Perky, yes.
We got a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye.
That'd be downspouts on all four corners, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
I got a question now. So can I call these two people tomorrow and say, you're good to go and you're good to go? The concrete
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
the
that's fine.
gutters,
If you
make
wanna
sure
make-
they're not there at the same day, but
And actually, it'd probably make more sense to have the concrete done first.
Yes.
okay, I'll
Yes.
I'll tell Nick first then.
Yeah, hold off on the gutters until the concrete's cured.
Okay.
Which, yeah, he could come out and do the gutters a couple days later or
Yeah.
something like that. But, yeah. Okay. All right. It has been a long one. I appreciate everybody's being here, everybody's interest in the town. So thank you for coming. Thank you all. Do we have a motion to sign our claims and adjourn?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
You read the claims out?